part Sunday, April 8th at 7 o'clock to the Mercedes-Benz Superdome, and we'll stream live around the world on the WWE Network. Ronda, congratulations on the new venture. Welcome in. Tell us what we should be expecting from Ronda Rousey at WrestleMania 34.
I think there's nothing that can really be expected, to be honest. Every day has been unexpected. Every day so far, I literally walk in and have no idea what's about to happen. So I don't know what to expect, so I can't tell what you guys what to expect.
So, Ronda, let's go back and start with when you knew from the MMA, when you were done there, when you knew in your mind, I'm not going to fight anymore.
I never said that.
So there is a possibility that you could go back in time?
There's a possibility that I could go back in time? That's your question to me?
Go back in time and fight. Go back in the octagon.
I do not have the ability to go back in time, no.
No. Would you fight again?
I don't know.
How was the training for this as compared to the training for your mixed martial arts, compared to how you're going to do in the ring?
It's a lot different. It's much more grueling, and in that I don't really have to think about peaking my body as much. It's more about my performance that matters more than anything else, and so I could be a lot rougher, I guess, on my body than I would be able to during a fight camp.
Ronda Rousey with us as she gets set for WrestleMania 34. Ronda, what are the things that are different and yet somewhat the same sometimes when you look at WWE as opposed to inside the octagon?
I wouldn't really relate WWE with the UFC so much more as I would relate it to more like choreography for movies or fight scenes or something like that. Like I look at like a scene from like Old Boy that they had to, the hammer fight scene where it's like all like one camera the whole time, and it goes on for like, I don't know, like 6 minutes, like forever. And that was a scene that they had to rehearse for like 6 weeks or something like that, and they had to do it like 3 different times before they got it right. And that's the kind of thing that these athletes do in WWE every night without even having 6 weeks to rehearse. They just have a brief conversation about it and then go out there and do it. I mean, it's absolutely amazing, and I think that if it wasn't for me spending time in movies, I would never really be able to grasp how really impressive what these people go out and do every night is.
Talk about the reception you've gotten in the WWE from the wrestlers themselves and from others in jumping into this new venture for yourself.
Everyone in general has been pretty welcoming. I mean, my first couple nights out there, I mean, I've had a couple run-ins with people, but in general, backstage, people are going out of their way to make me feel comfortable, and I really feel like yesterday was the first time I was able to like kind of feel like it was a routine for the first time ever. So it is kind of cool finding that comfort zone and just being a little bit more relaxed and myself every week.
Going back to like a first fight in the octagon, the first time in a ring, do you feel like there's a proving point that you have to prove yourself to this new group of people you're now involved with?
I definitely have a lot to prove. I mean, this business is so important to so many people, and they have every reason to be suspicious of me just coming in for a cash grab or some attention or whatever, which is not the case, but it'll only take, time and being consistent and showing people that I'm putting in the hard work every day for them to be able to entrust me with something they care so much about.
Ronda Rousey with us, former UFC bantamweight champion, going to be part of WrestleMania 34 coming up. I found that interesting when you said you had a couple of run-ins with people. I'll be honest, from my perspective, you were one person I would not want to run into. I would want to avoid that. So how were those run-ins? What was going on there?
Well, I had a little bit of a run-in with my new bosses, with Stephanie McMahon and Triple H, and then another night, Dana Brooke decided to try and welcome me to the WWE, and not in the nicest way. And then last night, Absolution was not so welcoming to me as well. So my list of allies grows thin, and I'm not really making very many friends so far. But I got Kurt Angle, so what else do you need?
Oh, yeah, there you go. Kurt Angle's a good one to
That's
have
the
on your
one to
side.
have, yeah.
No doubt about that. Ronda, what others that have made some switches? We see Conor McGregor going to the boxing ring. Floyd Mayweather is now talking about learning some MMA and you going from MMA into the WWE. To me, when I look at that, I say, boy, what Floyd Mayweather is trying to do to be a boxer to go into the octagon, that to me of the three we're talking about may seem like one of the toughest moves. Would you agree with that or no?
Yeah, that'll never happen. That'll never happen. It's all talk.
Yeah, just so people know, I mean, look, Floyd was a great defensive boxer. I mean, that's what he is. He's the best defensive boxer of all time. There's no defense in the octagon. It's all about offense. If you try and play defense for 3-3-minute rounds, you got no chance, right?
I mean, different strokes for different folks, but yeah, I don't think he'd do well in MMA at all.
Yeah, I think it would last as long as his opponent would want it to last. As far as you mentioned the movies you were doing as well, and now you're in WWE. How about do you still want to be in movies as well, still to continue the acting?
Yeah, actually, I mean, the acting does nothing but help me with the WWE, and I just finished filming Mile 22 with Pete Berg and Mark Wahlberg out in we filmed in Columbia and Atlanta, and it was really cool because I love doing it because it's like, it's not work. You just play around all day and get to call it a job. And so we got to learn like a lot of really cool like tactical gun training stuff. And they had like Navy SEALs and Army Rangers working with us. And we had like abandoned hotels to like go run around and like, practice with blanks and stuff like that. And so it's just a really cool experience. And I just happened to finally be in a point in my life where I don't have to do things because I got to pay the bills. I just get to do things because I enjoy them.
Listen, we've been faking it and telling people it's been work for a long time here, so we understand that philosophy.
Yes.
And we embrace it wholeheartedly. So as you get set for WrestleMania 34, what's the one thing you would like to see happen as you step into that genre?
What I am really hoping to do is just to exceed expectations every time that I get out there. I know I'm hitting the ground running, and I'm going to the biggest stage first with zero experience pretty much. But I love challenges, and I'm here to rise to the challenge and exceed every expectation that people have for me.
Well, Ronda, we'll see what happens. Listen, we enjoyed seeing you fight in the octagon, and we'll see what happens going forward with WrestleMania 34. Thanks for being with us this morning.
Thanks, Ronda.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Ronda Rousey getting set for WrestleMania.